When I was 5 years old, my uncle got shot in his leg. To really understand how it happened, you have to know what kind of man my uncle was. His name was Daryl, and in our neighborhood, everybody knew him. He was one of those people who lit up a room without even trying. Loud, funny, quick with his words. He had a laugh that could roll down the block and bounce off the houses, the kind of laugh you couldn't ignore. People loved him, but some people feared him too. Daryl had this charm about him, but he wasn't careful. He liked to gamble. He liked to stay out late, throwing dice in smoky basements, playing cards until the sun came up. He had a mouth that was just as quick as his hands. And that mouth of his, it could make people laugh, or it could cut them deep. My mom used to warn him all the time. I remember her saying, "Daryl, one day that mouth of yours is going to get you in trouble you can't laugh your way out of." He'd just grin, ruffle my hair, and toss me a piece of candy. "Life's a gamble, sis," he'd say. "Might as well play it." At 5 years old, I didn't know what that meant. But looking back, I see it clear as day. He was skating on thin ice. The thing about my uncle was that he wasn't born reckless. He grew into it. My grandma used to tell stories about how, when Daryl was little, he was quiet. A thinker. He loved puzzles, building things out of scraps. But somewhere along the way, middle school maybe, he found the streets more exciting than books. The dice games gave him a rush. Winning $50 in a night felt better than working all week for the same money. And once he got that taste, he couldn't let it go. By the time I was born, he had a reputation. Not the worst reputation, but not the kind you brag about either. People liked him, sure, but they also knew he was quick to gamble and quicker to argue. That combination doesn't last forever. In the weeks before the shooting, there was this tension you could almost feel in the air. Even as a kid, I could sense it. One night he came by with a bruise on his cheek. My mom asked what happened, but he brushed it off. "Just a little disagreement at the table," he said. But later, when he thought I was asleep, I heard my mom's voice low and worried. "Daryl, you can't keep running around with those people. They're dangerous. They don't fight fair. They don't forgive." And I remember his reply, stubborn and full of pride, "I'll be fine. Nobody's gonna scare me off." It wasn't just my mom either. My grandma scolded him too. "The Lord didn't put you on this earth to throw dice and talk trash, Daryl," she told him one Sunday after church. "He gave you a brain. Use it." He kissed her cheek, smiled like he always did, but it slid right off him. He was like a man walking through a storm, refusing to open his umbrella. The night it happened was hot, the kind of summer night where the air feels heavy and sticks to your skin. The neighborhood was alive, kids chasing each other down the block, music thumping from passing cars, the faint smell of barbecue smoke drifting in from somewhere nearby. Daryl had been out late again. Dice game, cards, money on the table. The usual. From what I was told later, the game started off normal. Men laughing, slapping each other on the back, smoke curling into the ceiling. Drinks being passed around. But as the hours dragged on, the mood shifted. Bills stacked in the middle of the table. Sweat beading on foreheads. Voices getting sharper, louder. My uncle was winning big that night. Too big. And when Daryl was winning, he didn't know